The government of Liberia has initiated the registration and documentation of Burkinabe nationals residing in Liberia. The purpose of this exercise is to accurately record the number of Burkinabe individuals for inclusion in Liberia's database and international records. The process also aims to grant them political asylum and freedom of movement, acknowledging their displacement from a neighboring country. Last month, a group of Burkinabe nationals residing in Liberia raised concerns about ongoing harassment and mistreatment by unidentified individuals claiming to be state security personnel. The group appealed to the Liberian government through the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission, LRRC, for urgent protection and the safeguarding of their rights. In response, LRRC Executive Director Patrick Woolsey expressed concern over the allegations and stated that the Commission is making efforts to resolve the situation. Quote, "We take these reports seriously," he said. Liberia, as a signatory to the 1951 Geneva Convention on the Status of Refugees and the 1969 Addis Ababa Convention on Refugees in Africa, we remain committed to providing protection for those fleeing conflict and persecution, Woolsey said. He acknowledged that Burkinabe nationals seeking refuge in Liberia are facing difficult circumstances and that the government of Liberia is working to ensure their safety and well-being. In recent months, thousands of Burkinabe nationals, including women and children, have sought asylum in Liberia, particularly in the southeastern region. Grand Jide County has seen the highest influx, with an estimated 23,000 Burkinabe refugees arriving at the LRRC office there. Overall, reports suggest that there are approximately 40,000 Burkinabe nationals in the southeastern region of Liberia. To address the growing concern over undocumented migrants, the LRRC recently hosted a one-day stakeholder dialogue in collaboration with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR, and the International Organization for Migration, IOM. The meeting aimed to develop strategies to tackle the challenges faced by the Burkinabe community. According to Molbak Bomoluku, the Region 6 coordinator of the LRRC, the profiling exercise will facilitate the issuance of identification cards to the Burkinabe migrants, enabling them to move freely within Liberia. The process will also assess their professional skills for potential participation in the local economy. The ID cards provided will ensure that the Burkinabe can navigate the country without hindrance and engage in sustainable livelihood activities. Quote, "When people come from a war-devastated country and seek asylum in another country, they must be processed in order to have accurate data about them," Bomoluku said. As an ECOWAS member country, that is why we conduct these exercises. The profiling process will afford the Burkinabe the opportunity to have ID cards for their movement in Liberia. He intimated that LRRC will initiate agriculture farming training for the unskilled Burkinabe, and that the government of Liberia and other stakeholders will be involved. He emphasized the importance of complying with proper immigration procedures and cautioned against harboring undocumented migrants, particularly those from conflict-affected regions. The LRRC, in collaboration with the Liberia Immigration Service, LIS, and other security agencies, is working to regularize the status of Burkinabe individuals residing in Liberia. The registration process in Maryland County has commenced and is expected to register approximately 3,500 Burkinabe migrants over the span of 1 month. Liberia's response to the Burkinabe refugees on its territory represents a marked difference from their treatment in other parts of the sub-region, such as Ivory Coast, where they have not been welcomed due to frictions between their government and other governments in the sub-region over Burkina Faso's decision to leave the regional bloc ECOWAS. Nonetheless, in his address to the United Nations General Assembly last week, Liberia's President Joseph Boakai told the Assembly that his government supports dialogue as a means of resolving regional conflicts, and that while Liberia favors a unified ECOWAS, Liberia will not participate in any proxy wars. Liberia firmly stands with the rest of West Africa in our resolve to maintain our 50-year-old Regional Economic Commission ECOWAS intact, Boakai declared. We oppose efforts to disintegrate our union and will not accept the region being used for proxy conflicts. This could mean that while Liberia sees the departure of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from ECOWAS as unfortunate, Liberia does not support military intervention, but rather dialogue as a means of resolving the regional dispute. Meanwhile, Liberia will not be expected to ill-treat AES refugees or to assist in any invasion on behalf of any foreign interest.